everywhere. You have to sit down and ask questions.
Hello, welcome. My name is Obin Dalko. Welcome. Today I want to share with you sacrifice. The development of Africa will take sacrifice. What it will take for us to go to the next stage of the progress, of the growth of our continent, of our country, will take sacrifice. And any option that you take, there are some kind of inconveniences that you have to go through. Sometimes when you listen to Ghanaians, when they are talking, when you listen to Africans who live outside the continent, when they are talking, you can see whether they want our collective progress, our collective development, or they want their personal comfort. And it's easier for me, the way I look at life, or the way I look at things, it's easier for you to meet somebody, to work with somebody who sees our collective progress. In that case, they are able to put up with the inconveniences, with the things that are not so good. For instance, if you are the president of Ghana, if you get up in the morning, you can be sure that about 30, 40, 50% of the people maybe are angry with you, will insult you, will not be happy with you. And there is another percentage of the people who will always be happy with you. If you want the development of your country, you step in any position, there will be people who will disagree with you. There will be people who will disrespect you. There will be people who will just want to take your life, There will be people who will disagree with you, criticize you. But in all this, progress comes with this. It's like the battery. There's the negative side and there's the positive side. It takes the two to push the battery to the forward. Unfortunately, Africa has taken all the negative, and the positive is so much in deficiency or in deficit, and that's why we have to push the positives. But if you decide, if you want the progress of our continent, if you want us to develop, then you must sacrifice for the next generation. You must sacrifice for the next generation. You cannot be looking at living in the best of your comfort and then sit somewhere and throw the stones at us. Those of us who live here, to say that when you go to Ghana, they are this, they are that, all kind of things that people talk about. And as if you don't have any head for those of us who live here. It takes sacrifice. For instance, what I'm doing, the information that I share here, if I had to put my ego in front, I will not share. If I had to put my ego in front, I will not even put my phone out, because people would then think that you have nothing to do. You have nothing to do, or you're nothing, or you're not busy, or you don't have anywhere to go. People need the information that we have. People need the business that you have to build. People need the things that you have to offer. And at the same time, the same people, the section of them will have full the respect, if you want, for you. And so the sacrifice, you have to put yourself in a position to say that what I have is needed. And it really does not matter the negatives. It really does not matter all the disagreement. It really does not matter the disrespectfulness. It really does not matter the inconveniences. If we have to develop our country, people must sacrifice their convenience. You may have to live wherever that you are living that you think is comfortable, and come here and build something. Pay your dues, pay the price, because you want us to go forward. Therefore, you must take up the challenge to say that this is what I want to contribute. We must live a continent, we must live a country far better than what our children would have to come to meet. You can't sit somewhere and say that the Chinese are taking our gold, the Chinese are building our businesses, and you are sitting somewhere talking. You have to be in the water, in the muddy water. Step in and pay the dues. Pay your dues, pay some, do something. It's not just about talking. Most people think that achievement is just getting some certificates and some degrees. No, achievement is out of productivity. It comes out of productivity. For you to bring progress, growth, you must do the work. And for most people, the work is what they don't want. They want other people to do all the dirty work, and then they will come in and tell you that Ghana has developed. No, we all have to step in and to do the work ourselves. So have your values for life. Have your values for life. You cannot sacrifice if you don't have values intact. if your values are not strong, if you live life just about yourself, if everything has to be centered around you, then you don't need to pay any sacrifice for anybody. And at the same time, you don't need to criticize. And you don't need to request so much from those who have taken the trouble of them upon themselves to step in a position where people will shoot them, will come after them. Then you don't qualify. You have to step in and take a position. So you cannot step in any position. You cannot put yourself out there when your values are not defined. So define your values. You place human beings above money. You place the help that you can give to others above your self-comfort. You place the next generation's prosperity, wealth above you. You place the education of your children above the car that you have to drive today. So you have to have equal treatment and equal love and respect and care for humans, especially your people. And if you don't have these things put rightly in your thought, in your plan, on the table, then you cannot sacrifice. Take the discomfort today for the next generation, and it cannot change. We cannot expect to see change if you are not sacrificing, if you are not paying attention, if you are not saying that this is our time. A lot of people, sometimes you talk to some people, they say that they are big business people, they are big men in the society, and nobody can reach out to them. Nobody can talk to them because they are too busy. I tell you, the same big men have time for the other little girls. So they say that no, I'm too busy. I come. No, the girls, they have their numbers. If they have some importance attached to the people and to the lives that they have to change, they will have time for the people. If you chase anybody and they tell you that they are too busy, they don't have time for you, it's because they don't place that much premium, price on you, on meeting you. If there's so much value, the meeting, if there's so much value, the access, they will have time for you. I tell you, they have time for the girls. I can tell you that, we know. So they can't say that they are too busy and everybody's calling them, and not everybody is calling them. As a matter of fact, when you put your number there, not everybody is calling you. People have intelligence not to call you. If they want to call you, they will call you because they need some kind of information. But as Africans, what we have to do to put our things forward is to push ourselves to the next stage. We cannot copy all the other things that the other people who don't have to go through what we have to go through to develop and to get ahead have put in place. So sometimes the management systems, the personal protection and security systems that the other people who don't live on the continent have structured, if you copy them, then we will continue to wallow in the things that we are not comfortable with. We have to chart a new path. And the new part is that we have to give access to our people, and we have to push our people. We have to let the information be out. We have to wake up our people. We have to enlighten our people. We have to draw the attention of our people to the most important things. And the most important things are the lives that we have to change. The bottom 20% of our people, I think that most people who say they will go outside the continent and they become better is really, if you want to compare, you can compare it to the bottom 20% or maybe 30%. Above the 30%, I don't think that you are that much better than those of us who live here. Not at all. So there should be that kind of respect, there should be that kind of care, there should be that kind of trust for your people on the continent. The world has been very unfair to the Africans, in everything, in the media, in trade, in immigration, everywhere. And so our people who have lived in different cultures, they push the same kind of, if you want, degradation on our people here. And so when you live here, it means that sometimes people will call you and they want to give you all kind of support and help and try to tell you that they want to help you, but they will not call somebody in England, they will not call somebody in even China, they will not call somebody in India, they will not call somebody in Canada to say I want to help you. But when they want to call somebody in Ghana, no matter the status of the person, they say that we want to help you. It's because of the programming. So you don't have any respect for your own people. You don't have any trust for your own people. You don't even hold your own people in high esteem. And I say that those of us who want to open up, we must then sacrifice and position, because this is the psyche of most of our people, that the moment you make yourself available, it means that you have nothing and you are nothing. And people would want to treat you based on your status in society, based on your fame, based on the money that you have, based on maybe some political position or some chieftaincy position or maybe some civil service position. And so if you're that much simple and accessible and kind and friendly, it means that you are nothing. We have to change that. We have to really change that. And it will call for sacrifice for us to change that. We have to make ourselves available so that we can lift many of our people to the place that they really deserve. So sacrifice. If you don't want our country to develop, if you don't want our continent to go forward, then no need to worry about you sacrificing anything. But if you want us to become successful together, push together, develop together, build factories together, build hotels together, build businesses together, build industries together, then you cannot put yourself somewhere to say that I don't want anybody to disrespect me. I don't want anybody to take me for granted. I don't want anybody to talk to me anyhow. They would have to do that because that's what they know. It will to depend on us to come out to share. It cannot just be about entertainment and sports and comedy and religion and politics. We have to get into the production. We have to get into the work ethics. We have to change the psychology and the philosophy of most of our people. We have to push our people to become respectful and treat people, no matter their level, equally, and respect people, and we have to do that by sharing. There is something magical about information, about knowledge. If you put something there, a lot of the times I'll just watch some video, read a book, and that book will transform you forever. I've read books that have transformed me forever. I've watched videos that have transformed me forever. The people who put this product out, they had to sacrifice, they had to study, they had to learn, they had to push themselves there. And so those of us who have benefited from what they had to put up with to get that kind of information to us, we cannot be selfish to say that I want to stay alone. I don't want any trouble. The other day somebody called me and he said that I've watched a video, I've become better. I'm learning, I'm progressing, I'm pushing myself bit and bit, and then I said that, why don't you share the video and the books with your friends? He said that, no, I don't want them to know the secret where I'm picking my information for. Everybody, every one of us was not born with what we know. We have to learn that, so if it's the truth, somebody else knew it before you. If it's the truth, somebody knew it before you, and everybody knows that what you know is not just coming from some spirit somewhere or from God. It's on the earth. It's on earth. Somebody knows. So you are learning from somebody, not directly, even if you may not be saying the same thing directly, but what the person said triggered something in you. What you read triggered something in you. What you saw triggered something in you. It's the same. And so the person will say, no, I don't want to. You have to put yourself out so that everybody else will benefit from you. Great men have sacrificed their lives, their time, their resources to change destinies and change lives. It's upon us. We cannot be living. Sometimes a lot of our mates, maybe half of us, will just move after school and go and stay outside the continent. We say that we don't want to do anything with our country. We want to live somewhere, better opportunities, better life. No, it's not true. Until we pay enough, we need critical mass of our people to have this consciousness that we must develop our continent. And that will call for sacrifice beyond our personal comfort. If you're looking for comfort, you're not the one that we are looking for. If you're looking for why you get food to eat and pay your children's school fees, you're not the one that we are looking for. If you're coming to Ghana and you're looking for good service, good hospitals and good this and good that, you're not the one that you're looking for. Those people, the gentlemen, the great leaders who fought for our independence, those who fought against the invaders, the colonizers, the enslavers, those who sacrificed their life. A lot of the times you hear the stories as if we were victims, as if what you see, the Africa that you see today is a victorious Africa. It's not a victim Africa. That's what most people don't know. You've been taught to say that, we are in this status because we couldn't fight back. No, we are in this status because we fought back. Their intention was to take over everything and kill all of us. That was their intention. Whether it's the diaspora or whether it's on the continent. Those who are in diaspora, you are alive because your ancestors fought back. That's why you are alive. Left to them alone, look at the structures, look at the institutions, look at all the things that they even run today. Everything was set to make sure that you will not survive. You'll be dead. You'll be gone. You'll be annihilated. And so our story is a story of victory. It's not a story of a people who were overcome. Never think like that. Our story is a story of people who fought. The other day I was reading somewhere that there were even African kings, some from Ghana, who actually sent some ship somewhere to even go and bring some of our brothers who were taken away back. These stories you will not hear. You always hear of why we sold our people and why we were, tribalism. And listen, that is not the major part of our story. The major part of our story is just as you think today. There were a lot of them who talked like that, who were selfless, who wanted the best for their people, who wanted greatness for their people, who were intelligent. Don't never think that you are intelligent, they were not intelligent. Most of them were wealthy, were intelligent, were scientists, were doctors, were great people, were royalties who valued human lives. The story that somebody else told you is that you were a victim. They overcame you. They came to civilize you. They came to polish you. So when you think like that, you are thinking from a weak position, and that's why you cannot sacrifice for your people. It takes the courageous. It takes the bold. It takes the one who thinks for the lives of his people, who lies, it takes the one who has very deep love for his people to sacrifice. And don't think that you alone. You have love for your people, and our forebears never had any love for our people. That is not true. They fought everywhere on the continent, every kingdom, every tribe. They fought across the ocean. They fought. They across, when they even got there, they fought. So have that kind of thinking, because without that, then you cannot sacrifice. And our very existence now means that we are victorious people. We are everyone, from the Assyrians to the Greeks to the Romans to everybody. To the Arabs. All of them have ever attempted to denigrate, to fight, and to destroy the Africans because of what we are and because of what we have. Never forget that. Never forget that. I'm not saying that we did not fight among ourselves. Yes, even in families, people fight. But we have never, as a group, gone anywhere to kill people based on their race or based on their color. It's others who come here to do that. And so never forget that. Study the history well, so that you will be proud of yourself to fight for your people. Anybody who disrespect us, anybody who has no care for us, is because they are shallow, they have no root. The moment you start to have root, the memory that you have is your root. The memory that you have of your greatness is your root. If you have shallow, victimized memory of your people, you have no root, and that's why you cannot pay any sacrifice. That's why you're always looking for your comfort. That's why you're always looking for the one that will only benefit you, and you're not fighting for them. Use good words for yourself, good words for Africa. Use greatness, great words. Use respect, use worth. Don't just be talking about, poverty and corruption. No, that's not it. Poverty, corruption, they're everywhere in the world. Go to China and see. Go to America if there's no poverty there. If there's no corruption there. You think that the politicians who had no money and became great senators, presidents and senators and all those with fat salary, if they didn't steal any money, the salary, is that the average salary for every American or every Canadian or every Australian? No, just it's there. It's obvious. Look at how much they pay the CEOs of top corporations. You think that is not what? Look at business laws. Look at how much they tax the average citizen who works for survival, and look at how much tax allowances that they give to people who are doing other things. You cannot read through the system, because most of people are not reading. So challenge yourself, study, because you can only commit to sacrificing for your people, for the future, for the changing lives, building industries, bring information to people, go into movie acting, do movies that will hit and raise the people up. Don't just produce music that will make them shake their body and dance and go to sleep in their poverty. Do a music that will wake them up to say that go and take charge of the wealth that God gave you. That is the duty that we all have. Don't just go and be a broadcaster. We just talk about trivialities. Every day is trivialities. Wake your people up, because that's where the need is. Let's wake, let's create wealth, let's push our people into power and prosperity and greatness, because the onus is on us. Don't put your self-ego in front. put the people in front. Don't worry about those who disrespect you, because there are so many who will also be grateful that you put yourself out there. There are so many whose lives will be changed because you became that politician, because you built that business, because you became that doctor, that nurse, that lawyer who did not run away, who stayed to challenge the system, to make sure that the best goes to our people. That is the kind of sacrifice that we are looking for. So maybe you have lived somewhere for all these years, you want to come back home knowing that you are here to contribute, not for your retirement enjoyment. No, then the rest of the life that you have, make sure that you leave everything out for the next generation. You change, build a school somewhere. Don't come and retire in your peace. No, I've worked somewhere, I'm tired. No, share the knowledge. Call the young women and give them advice. Give them money to start something. Call the young men. They are drinking, they are smoking. Call them. Don't say that they are not your children. Don't say that they will disrespect you. No, don't say that they will not listen. They will listen. Continue to say it, even if they disagree with you, even if they fight you back, even if some of them can even be physical. Don't worry about that. The moment they come into consciousness, it's like somebody who is drunk. They can say anything that they want. It's because they are drunk, because they are not aware. The moment they come into consciousness, the moment they start to see who they are and what they can become and what they can do, they will start to listen. And it's your duty for you to bring them into that kind of consciousness, that kind of thinking, that kind of life. And it's our duty. It's your duty, it's my duty. Don't just say that the politicians are corrupt. Bring them into consciousness. They are your friends. When you meet them, bring the conversation. Bring it out. Don't just say that the pastors are taking advantage of the people. Bring it out. Say your position, even if they disagree with you. Tell them this is what I think. They can threaten you. It doesn't matter. Tell them this is what I think. This is what I think you should do to the people. Don't continue to take money from the people and promise them that God will bless them. These people are sleeping in a kiosk, in a single room. Tell them to save their money, invest money, take care of themselves. You are in Land Cruiser and you say that God has blessed you because you were faithful. But they have been faithful all this while. Why don't they have money? Because they are not collecting from everybody. If your friend is in that position, tell him, don't be scared. They can kill you. The one who has the truth is the one who can kill, not the one who does not have the truth. So never, because the truth you have actually protects you from every evil, and your name will live because you stood for the truth. So trust your people, care for your people, respect the Africans. Love them, admire them, give them the best of opportunities, even against your own comfort, because that's what we all deserve. That's what we all deserve, So don't just say that the African, what is wrong with the African? When people are talking like that, you have to combat them, because we need to sacrifice for our people to be in that. And this one will help everybody, even the white and the Chinese. It will help them, because you cannot continue to take advantage of one people and think that you are okay. Equity is the best of business. What people deserve, you share. It cannot be just you win, everybody else is losing. In the future, it will turn. And it will turn in a more dangerous and a more lethal way. So when we say that, wake our people up, help them to take care of it, it's like somebody who's here who's doing business in Africa and thinks that he has to take everything. But you don't know that whatever that you are building here, if there is no equity, if there is no love, if there is no trust and respect for the people, whatever you are building here, one day you will lose everything. You cannot continue to take advantage of people like that and think that what you're doing is sustainable. It's not sustainable. A time will come, somebody will wake up. But when you're fair and you treat people with dignity and respect and equity, and you treat people fairly, then, what you don't want to do, what you don't want others to do to you, don't do it to another person. It's as simple as that. What you want, you do for others as well. And if you practice this, then all of us will be in a better world. But I'm saying that you as an African, pay attention, sacrifice. Don't look for your convenience. It's our duty. If you can get 10 million Africans who live outside the continent to come to Ghana, for instance, to say that let's all build the factories, let's all get into politics, get into medical science, get everywhere. If you all can do this, put yourself there. Forget about the insult. It doesn't mean anything. Forget about the discomfort. Forget about when you're coming, your people will, even your family, your friends will fight you. That's not it. Your life must be lived for a higher purpose. Because whatever be the case, you will leave this earth anyway. But for a higher purpose. For a higher purpose. And that's why we have time to share what we have to share. One of our videos on apartment, real estate, a lot of people will call that I watch this video And it changed my mind on what I have to do. It changed my mind. A lot of people, they say that now I understand, because what the data that you need to organize from the ground is different from what they are teaching you on TV, what they are showing you everywhere. The bracelet people that you're listening to in America is so different from here. Africa's economy is entirely different. Just like the way we are different, our culture is different, our understanding is different. We are not inferior. We are not cursed. Never let anybody use those words. We are just different people. You are different from me. That does not mean that I'm better than you. Difference does not mean better. It just means that we come with different strengths and different weaknesses. And nobody is entirely weak and nobody is entirely strong. There is a mix of everything, So we look at our differences and we work together. And so don't let anybody tell you. So when people watch the video, they come, they call, they send message, they share to their friends. Somebody could have said that, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put out there. No, we need to create value. Because it's an investment. The more we invest in people, the more they will see. Every one of us, whatever we benefit is because we invested it. Whatever we invest in people, in time, wherever that we spend, we share what we know, is an investment. You are creating value in people. They will by all means pay you back. Even if it's not you, they will pay to your family, to your friends, to your people, to somebody who is connected to you. Because you have to put ourselves out there. So sacrifice. It's life. You need to sacrifice something, and don't come to Ghana looking for comfort. Whenever I look at YouTube videos and people are just looking for their comfort and this, and I say, no, you are not there. That's not why you are here. It's good, just look for your comfort, but we are looking for the ones who are looking at the bigger picture. How we can push our people into industry, how you can push our people to take up all these big multinationals. Our people should be leading this. The way we can get best of minds in the politics, when you can get best of minds on TV, building all this, coming up with all kind of things, writing big books, going into education. If they sent you on a scholarship, come back. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Your best life is on the continent, I can tell you. The kind of life that you can live here, if you can survive the first 5 years, the first 10 years, your best life is here. The kind of wealth the wealth on Africa is underestimated. The figures on the ground is not what the IMF knows. No, it's underestimated. Never use those figures. It's on the ground. Come and see what happened in Christmas. During Christmas, you'll be shocked. They say people are saying that the economy is very hard. Even those who are on the continent, because the brainwashing is that much effective. So they believe everybody else but themselves. Even if they have wealth, they still undervalue it, because you have to lift the image of people for them to cherish what they have. And if everybody else is telling them what they have is nothing, most of them will believe that. So I want to say thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. Thank you.